Wembley's story began not with football, but with a vision for British greatness, a dream that would transform a quiet corner of London into a global icon. Before the roar of the crowds and the drama of the matches, there was only open land and a bold idea. In the early 1920s, as Britain sought to reaffirm its place on the world stage after the First World War, the government announced the British Empire Exhibition. This ambitious event was designed to showcase the vastness, diversity and power of the empire, inviting millions to witness its achievements and potential. The organizers envisioned a centerpiece that would not just host events, but inspire awe. A stadium unlike any other, both in scale and in spirit. It would be a monument to progress, unity and the future. Wembley Park, then a peaceful expanse of green in northwest London, was selected for this transformation. Its tranquil fields would soon echo with the sounds of construction and ambition. The plan was audacious, to build a colossal stadium, the British Empire Exhibition Stadium, capable of holding 125,000 people, making it one of the largest in the world at the time. It would be a gathering place for nations and a symbol of unity. Architects Sir John Simpson and Maxwell Ayrton, together with the innovative engineer Sir Owen Williams, were entrusted with turning this vision into reality. Their challenge was immense, to create a structure that was both grand and enduring. Their answer was the stadium's most iconic feature, two gleaming white towers flanking the entrance. These twin towers would become lasting symbols of modernity, ambition, and the spirit of a new era. Construction began in 1922, and in a feat that astonished the world, the stadium was completed in just 300 days. The speed and scale of the project were unprecedented for the time. Thousands of workers toiled day and night, employing cutting-edge building techniques and machinery. Their dedication and skill turned blueprints into reality, brick by brick, beam by beam. The final cost was £750,000, a staggering sum at the time, reflecting both the ambition and the scale of the project. Every penny was an investment in a vision for the future. The result was breathtaking. A vast bowl of concrete terraces, crowned by the majestic twin towers, standing proudly as a beacon of hope and progress. Though built for an exhibition, Wembley was destined for a far greater legacy. It would soon become a stage for unforgettable moments and a gathering place for people from all walks of life. Designed to impress the world, the stadium quickly captured the hearts of the public. It was no longer just a monument to empire, it became a symbol of community, pride, and shared experience. The stage was set for history, and Wembley was ready to become the beating heart of British sport and culture for generations to come. The new Wembley Stadium was more than just a building. It was a symbol of hope and ambition for a nation emerging from the shadows of war. Its opening demanded an event worthy of its grandeur, a spectacle to capture the public's imagination. So, the 1923 FA Cup Final was chosen as its grand debut, a match that would draw the eyes of the entire country. Organizers expected a full house, but nothing could have prepared them for what happened next. Up to 300,000 people descended on Wembley, far more than anyone had planned for, overwhelming every barrier and flooding every entrance. The pitch itself vanished beneath a sea of eager fans, their excitement turning to chaos as the sheer weight of numbers made control impossible. Players struggled to reach the field, weaving through the throngs. For a moment, it seemed the match might never take place at all, as officials debated whether it was safe to continue. Into this mayhem rode Constable George Scory, mounted on his white horse Billy, a figure who would become the unlikely hero of the day. The sight of Billy, calm and resolute, became instantly iconic. With gentle persistence, the horse and rider slowly parted the crowd, clearing enough space for the match to go ahead. The White Horse Final was born, an image forever linked to Wembley's legend and a testament to the power of collective memory. The match finally kicked off, 45 minutes late, with fans pressed right up to the touchlines, their cheers echoing around the stadium in a deafening roar. Bolton Wanderers won 2-0, but the real story was not the scoreline. It was the stadium's instant place in the public imagination, a place where anything seemed possible. Organization may have failed, but the passion and energy of the crowd transformed Wembley into a place of pilgrimage for football fans everywhere. Its chaotic christening set the tone for a century of drama, spectacle, and unforgettable moments, each one adding to the legend. Wembley was no longer just a structure of steel and stone. It was alive with the spirit, dreams, and voices of the people. The legend had begun, forged in chaos and unity, and carried forward by generations of fans who would return again and again. From that day forward, Wembley belonged to the masses, a cathedral of football born in pandemonium, destined for greatness. After its wild debut, Wembley became the heart of English football. The FA Cup final made the road to Wembley a national dream. For generations, reaching Wembley was the pinnacle, a day out never forgotten. The stadium's roar, the walk from the station, the sight of the Twin Towers, these became rituals. Wembley was more than a venue, it was a theater of dreams where heroes were made. It hosted England's greatest triumphs and heartbreaks and gave every fan a sense of belonging. The pre-match hymn, "Abide With Me," became a cherished tradition. Wembley's cultural weight grew with every goal, every upset, every memory. It became a national monument where football's greatest stories were written. Wembley's magic extended far beyond football. In 1966, it hosted England's World Cup victory. Bobby Moore lifting the trophy became an immortal image. The stadium starred in the 1948 Olympics, and again in 2012, symbolizing resilience and renewal. Rugby, greyhound racing and other sports found a home there. From the 1970s, Wembley became a mecca for music legends. Queen, the Rolling Stones, U2, and more. The 1985 Live Aid concert turned Wembley into a global symbol of hope, uniting millions for a cause. The stadium stage was as legendary as its pitch. Whether for sport or music, Wembley brought people together in unforgettable ways. Its legacy was now global. By the 1990s, Wembley's age was showing, cramped, outdated, and crumbling. Once the pride of English football, the stadium's legendary status couldn't mask the peeling paint, the creaking seats, or the sense that time had finally caught up with this iconic ground. Nostalgia clashed with reality. The beloved Twin Towers, symbols of countless memories, couldn't hide the stadium's flaws. For many, the towers were more than just architecture, they were a beacon of national pride, standing tall above the aging terraces. Debate raged, refurbish or rebuild. The emotional attachment was immense. Fans, players, and officials all weighed in, their voices echoing through public meetings and passionate newspaper columns. Ultimately, modern needs won out. A new stadium was required for the future. The vision was clear, a world-class venue that could host generations to come, even if it meant letting go of the past. The decision to demolish the old Wembley, including the Twin Towers, was deeply controversial. Protests erupted and headlines captured the nation's heartbreak and resistance. The final match in 2000 marked the end of an era. Fans filled the stands one last time, soaking in the atmosphere and cherishing every moment beneath the famous towers. Demolition began in 2002, and the towers' fall was a poignant national moment. The skyline changed forever as the towers disappeared, leaving behind only memories. Fans salvaged pieces of rubble as keepsakes. Bricks, seats, and fragments became treasured mementos, tangible links to a cherished past. It was a sad farewell, but also a necessary step for progress. Tears mixed with hope as supporters bid goodbye, knowing change was inevitable. The old gave way to the new, clearing the path for a modern icon. The transformation was bittersweet, but it promised a bright future for English football. Wembley's spirit, forged in history, would live on in a new form. The memories, the triumphs, and the heartbreaks would never be forgotten. The stage was set for rebirth. A new chapter was about to begin, carrying forward the legacy of the Twin Towers into a new era. From the rubble, a new Wembley emerged, bolder, bigger, and unmistakably modern. The new design replaced the Twin Towers with a soaring 133-meter steel arch, a feat of engineering brilliance. Construction was plagued by delays and soaring costs, but the vision endured. The arch, visible for miles, became London's new landmark. The stadium's roof, supported by the arch, gave every seat a perfect view. Modern comforts replaced the old ground's Spartan conditions. In 2007, the new Wembley opened, sleek, state-of-the-art, and ready for a new era. Some mourned the past, but the new stadium was a bold statement for the future. The legend was reborn, ready to inspire new generations. Wembley's next chapter had begun. Today, Wembley stands as a symbol of continuity and change. The FA Cup final, England internationals, and global tournaments have all returned home. The stadium's arch is now as iconic as the old Twin Towers. Wembley is more than a venue, it's a national institution. A place where history and dreams meet. For older fans, it's a link to cherished memories. For the young, it's a stage for new heroes. The roar of the crowd, the sense of occasion. Wembley still feels different, more important. Its legacy is woven into the fabric of British life. The spirit of Wembley endures, echoing through every match, every concert, every celebration. The home of English football remains a cherished landmark. Wembley's story continues, timeless, unifying, and unforgettable.